At 11:23, please. I want to welcome you all this morning to the end of our retreat, the end of our 3-day weekend. Again, this was a very exciting weekend. We accomplished a lot. This is our first university-wide council meeting. By Constitution, we have to have a council meeting bi-monthly. We'll look at together doing these university-wide council meetings via telephone conference, and then we'll switch it up. One at BBC, one at UP. That's generally the way it's been done, and it worked very successfully last year because it gave us the opportunity to go on both campuses and to have the opportunity to stay at home while we had a telephone conference. We're going to go over our goals after the reports of every individual on the board. We're going to go over our reports, then get into our university-wide goals and campus-specific goals. After that, we will ask for questions, comments, announcements. We will conclude, and we will depart from the hotel. With that, I'd like to move to my colleague's report, Anna Marie Silva.
Okay, well, first of all, I would like to welcome everyone to the first university-wide meeting for the 2008-2009 year. For the Biscayne Bay campus, I would like to mention some of the goals that we have, along with our Vice President, Kanasha Paul. Yesterday, we met with our council, and the first goal that we have is to address academic issues in the colleges that we have at the Biscayne Bay campus. Just to address some of those. For example, it's the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Business. We would like to have more classes, more teachers, and in the College of Business to bring back programs such as the entrepreneurship program to our campus. So those are things that our senators will be working on resolutions and talking to deans.
Increased campus safety at BBC and Pines. Dr. Jones had mentioned that they're going to increase 6 police officers every year. However, we don't know the proportionate number of which of the police officers will be at the Biscayne Bay campus. Biscayne Bay is predominantly a safe campus. We do have less muggings or car breaking, but it's still just preventative so that we can just have at least police officers around the campus. And we want to see how the safety issues are at Pines. We haven't really heard or seen anything. It would just be good to know if the Pines students are safe as well.
Our third goal is to improve policies and procedures of the library. Many of our students at the Biscayne Bay campus, when they go to the library during midterms or final exams, they're not able to use the quiet study rooms because some of them are reserved only for graduates instead of undergraduates. And most of the students, they get a room and they leave their stuff for the whole day. So they don't let other students have the opportunity to use those. So that's one of our goals. Another one is to also the procedures and how to rent the rooms. We want to lobby to have like a time frame, a 4 or 5 hour time frame for each student, and if they would like more time, they would have to renew the time for the library. So those are some of the things that our cabinet and senators will work on.
Also, we wanted to execute the beautification project at BBC. A lot of students, especially we saw that there's a decline in the housing at Bay Vista. And our academic 1 and academic 2 are fairly run-down buildings as far as aesthetic looking. So we wanted to sit there and see if we can put fresh paint or have some renovations. And we know that the funds are limited, but we want to see what can we do to beautify the campus and where we are by the bay. And we have there's a great view from marine and hospitality. However, from the academic 2 buildings, where more students are in the lower division, they probably don't have access to see as much of the beauty that we have on our campus.
Our next goal, number 5, is to lobby for improvement in business services at the Biscayne Bay campus. In the fall of this year, we're going to have a new dining facility. And basically, we want to lobby to have extended hours, not only in the fall and spring, but also in the summer of 2009. Currently, our dining facilities, they close at 2 in the afternoon, so we want to lobby to have those open later on. We also want to lobby to have a convenience store in the library, to have it open to, say, 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. for the housing students, so they could come in and buy daily grocery stores that they need. as well as our printing services. The printing services that we currently have, they're offered only to faculty, staff, and administrators, but not to students. So we want to lobby for that to open to students, so it could be a facility, not only for the teachers.
Also, as we mentioned, that it's going to be university-wide, but we're going for our goal for campus-specific is to launch an SGA marketing campaign. Where for 2 weeks we're going to go around our campus to let students know about SGA and the things that we're working on, and also get feedback from the students of what other goals that they would like to see us contribute.
Number 7 is to address parking transportation issues. One of the main goals that we have is to have new lighting in our parking section, in our parking and transportation. All our students have complained that late at night after they study, there's not that much lighting in the parking area. So that's one of the things that it's feasible and that we'll achieve this year.
We're going to also support environmental initiatives at the Biscayne Bay campus. With the Showerhead, we did have the Showerhead program and Day on the Bay events, but we want to expand as far as the recycling bin and look to see if we can partner with any outside corporations or outside schools. We have the David Lawrence K-12 Center by our university. However, Miami-Dade County does not want to service FIU Biscayne Bay for the recycling program because I guess they see us as a business and not residents. So they so it proves very expensive to get someone. We can have recycling bins. However, to actually recycle it and take it to the centers proves kind of expensive. So we're going to see if we can partner up with any outside businesses or centers to help us push the recycling program.
And one of our last goals is to successfully institute the intern program. At the Biscayne Bay campus, we would like to have a structure in our bylaws of the intern program, so it could, from then on, the following intern directors could have that structure already in our bylaws. So that's something that we want to implement, and with our new intern director, we would develop that idea.
And then we have one more last one is for the ensure the student input in our Wolf University space. In our second floor, since the cafeteria, we have a new cafeteria that's opening in fall. The old one will close, so that space we want to make sure has student input to create a lounge or a place for students to hang out, have an arcade or multi-purpose room.
And that concludes our 10 goals for the next year.
Yay!
Thank you. Are there any questions? Seeing none, hearing none, I'll move on to Paige Ann LaPointe, Vice President's report at UP.
We're going to quickly go over our goals. We have lucky number 7. We have 7 goals that we came up with last night. The first one is Students for Students, which is a scholarship program that we'd like to implement and begin at UP with certain events and whatnot to raise money from students for students. We also have Panther TV, that's our second one. Third one is advising for the cut programs and centers that will be done away with or slowly done away with at UP. Our fourth one is, this is the most important, right? Develop and implement a strategic student environmental action plan with the help of our amazing cabinet position with Chris. Fifth one is Panther Points, that's already in the works with athletics, the partnership with athletics. 6 is increase SGA student communication, that's more of a transparency, holding each other accountable. And the last one, but not least, is the community outreach in all aspects of the university.
Any questions, comments, concerns? Yes, question.
What exactly will be Panther Points?
I didn't go over that with BBC?
No.
Okay. What it is it's a system basically that you accrue points by going to different athletic games. For instance, you would get 5 points to go to a football game, but 100 points to go to a tennis game. Okay? So the games with less attendance, you get more points for. And what you would do is, again, you would accrue points over a semester or the year. At the end of that semester or year, they would evaluate your points. You would reach a point level based on the amount of points that you accrued, and it would correlate to a prize level. And those prizes can range from a nice lapel pin, a coffee mug, a t-shirt, to a free semester in housing,